All right, Shalom, another GMS on the go. RFID chip, Microchip, which is the RFID chip update. Will you take the chip? This is the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast written of in Revelation, the 13th chapter. And I'm sitting here watching the news, and a dude, you know what I'm saying, just got chipped on the news. You know, the regular news. They're throwing it out there, they're easing it in, slowly but surely, slowly but surely. This is the year of Karagma. You know, 2019 is the year of Karagma. You've been seeing more companies bringing out the RFID chip. And they're going to eventually make it mandatory to take this. When you take it, I'm going to go into an article, and then I'm going to bring out some scriptures according to the Bible. And then I'm going to wrap it up. Will you take the chip? That's the name of this GMS on the go. Will you take the chip? Let's get this article. This article was printed on 2017. But the reason why I'm just bringing up this idol, just to let you know what people are doing. People are getting chipped. I'm not going to play the video. Last time I played the video, they took down the video. They gave me a strike for playing the video. So I'm just read the article, bring out some scriptures, then wrap it up. We're not ignorant of Satan devices, man. I'm watching the regular news spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Channel 14 in the Carolinas. And this guy just got chipped, man. And they made it seem like it was all cool. Which they've been doing that anyway. They've been coming out with commercials for the elderly and the disabled. You know, making people walk again. So the majority of these people, you know, especially the elderly, they're going to make it seem convenient. You know, they're going to make it seem like it's a life or death situation. They're making people walk again, talk again, hear again. But what does the scriptures tell you? Let's get this article right quick. This is on Tech News USA Today. You will get chipped eventually. The article is from Jefferson Graham, USA Today. You know, it was published on 2017, August the 10th, but it was updated today at 9:17 a.m. And what does it say? Will you get chipped eventually? Let's get into it. Los Angeles, will you get chipped? And it's talking to the whole world, man. It's just a matter of time. Let's blow it up some. I want to blow it up some. Los Angeles, will you get chipped? It's just a matter of time. What does it mean by getting chipped? Let's show you once again. Here's the picture. Will you get chipped? Will you take the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast? That's what the article is saying. In the aftermath of a Wisconsin firm embedding microchips in employees last week to ditch company badges and incorporate logons, the internet has entered into full throttle debate. Religious activists are so appalled. They've been penning nasty one-star reviews of the company, 3 Square Market, on Google, Glassdoor, and social media. On the flip side, seemingly everyone else wants to know, is this what real life is going to be like soon at work? Will I be chipped? It will happen. Listen, it will happen to everybody, says Neil Lee Chasley, 49, associate professor of sociology at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. But not this year, and not in 2018. Maybe not my generation, but certainly that of my kids. Which he's wrong about that. It's going to happen in this generation, right? It's right around the corner. It says Janine Mustard, an investor and analyst at Loop Ventures, is an advocate for augmented reality, virtual reality, and other new technologies. He thinks embedding chips in human bodies is 50 years away. Nah, man, it's coming soon. In 10 years, Facebook, Google, Apple, and Tesla will not have their employees chipped, he says. Wrong. You'll see some extreme forward-looking tech people adopting it, but not large companies. Wrong. Wrong. The idea of being chipped is too much negative connotation today, but by 2067, wrong. It's in the near future, man. We could be days or even months away from them making it mandatory. We will have been desensitized by the social stigma, Mustard says. And that's the RFID chip, smaller than a grain of rice. A microchip is shown compared with a dime at the Times Square Market in River Falls, Wisconsin. Ben Jeff Bonine, Associate Press. For now, 3 Square Market, or 32M, has offered concrete benefits for getting chipped beyond badge and log on stats. Muscle said it was a PR stunt for the company to get attention to its product, and it recently succeeded, getting a small startup airplay on CBS, NBC, and ABC, and generating headlines worldwide. The company, which sells corporate cafeteria Kikos designed to replace vending machines, would like the Kikos to handle cashless transactions. And that's what it's coming down to. I want to get some scriptures right quick. But that's what this is coming to. A cashless society, right? We're going into a cashless society. That's why the name of this great millstone is called Will You Take the Chip? Now, we just read in that article, plus I just seen it just now on the news. 2019, 12/23, December the 23rd, 2019. I just seen it right, probably like 5-10 minutes ago on the TV where this guy got chipped. And they made it seem real convenient. He received the RFID chip. And he said he was using it to buy and sell. Let's go into the scriptures though. Revelation chapter 13. Coming straight out the Bible. Revelation chapter 13. Verse 16. And he, who is the elite banking families, causeth all. Let's go back to the article right quick. I want to go back to that article. Let's go back to the article. I'm going to go all the way back up to the top and read what the article said. You see the article now. You will get chipped eventually. Let's read this one more time. Revelation chapter 13. And we do these videos. We know the majority of the people are not going to believe. We don't make these videos for you to believe. Who's commanded to do the videos? That's our only job. It's not on us to make you believe that this is going to happen. It's going to happen eventually, regardless if you believe it or not. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand. What's that mark? The RFID chip that you're going to eventually get chipped with. This right here, this is the mark from the Greek word charagma, which means an incision, an imprinted mark, a cutting in the flesh. They're going to insert this under your skin soon come. People already got it worldwide. They're making it seem convenient. You're opening doors. You know, you're getting things you're getting food out of the vending machine. You're starting your car up. You know, you're purchasing things at grocery stores, different stores. It's getting ready to be a cashless society. The dollar is getting ready to crash, regardless if you believe it or not. Let's go back to that article. You will get chipped eventually. And the scriptures are saying, the scriptures is backing up this article. This article is backing up the scriptures, rather. And he calls them all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. To receive a mark, right? In their right hand or in their foreheads. And that no man, woman, or child, and that no man might buy or sell. Look, I just seen a guy on the news buying with the RFID chip up on his skin. He's putting all kind of stuff up on the skin, and then they showed it. That's why we got to watch the news and keep up with current events. You know, and don't be ignorant of anything, whether small or great. Can't ignore this subject forever, especially when you see people getting chipped. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. So what the scriptures is basically saying, you ain't gonna be able to buy food, make no purchases whatsoever. You ain't gonna be able to go in the bank. Eventually, you're not gonna be able to punch in at your job without this RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. And you see right here, they're having a chip party. You know, I'm not gonna play the video. You know, because last time I played the video, they flagged the video. No, they gave me a strike, so I'm not even going to play the video. You can go back and watch the video on your own time. But it says you ain't going to be able to buy or sell without this mark, without that RFID chip implanted under your skin. You know? And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. You know? So eventually it's gonna come down to it's gonna come down to you Israelites either trusting in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai or trusting in the government, man. Okay? That's what it's gonna come down to, and you already know the government is full of shit, man. The scriptures tell us what? Never trust thine enemy. You know? See, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. 2/3, they're still caught up in this holiday nonsense. You know? Let's read this. St. John chapter 8 verse 45. And because it's a red letter, this Lord Yahweh Shai speaking, who they going to call Jesus, right? And because I tell you the truth, ye believe me not. We letting our people know. This is the Lord speaking through us. We letting our people know that they're going to make it mandatory that you take this RFID chip. And you're not going to be able to buy or sell. You're going to be able to get your baby none of that milk, no Pampers, no medicine, no food, no nothing, no clothes, no socks, no shoes without this RFID chip, and y'all think it's a laughing game. You know, we're going to see who the joke is on. St. John chapter 8 verse 45, and because I tell you the truth, ye believe me not. See, the truth is what's going to set you free. You think that guy, you know what I'm saying, sitting down, they got the cameras all around letting you know, man, it's all a joke though, right? It's all a joke. They're having chipping parties throughout the four corners of the earth. Certain clubs and certain restaurants and certain offices and stores you can't buy without the RFID chip, man. The dollar's going to crash soon come, right? We tell you the truth, you believe it's not. But look, we're going to keep teaching the truth though. We're going to keep telling it like a T.I. is. Until the Lord come, Lord willing, man. I want to get this. This is, let me see. Bear with me. 2 Corinthians. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2. Verse 11. Least Satan, the word Satan means adversary. Least Satan should get an advantage of us. For we are not ignorant of his devices, man. And this is one of his main devices is that he's going to try to use again, mainly against the children of Israel, but the whole world. Because the scriptures say cause of all. All means all, everybody, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark from the Greek word charagma, which is this RFID chip, man, up under your skin, and you ain't gonna be able to buy or sell without it. It's gonna get real quick, man. That's why the scriptures say what again? 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11. Least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. See, 2/3 are walking around ignorant, not knowing nothing. When the scriptures say be circumspect. Matter of fact, let's get it right quick. Let's get this Ephesians. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly. Supposed to be looking around at what's going on. Looking at the news. When you go to the grocery store, look at the scanners that they're using now. Every time you go to the grocery store, it's less and less employees running the register. It's more self-service checkout lines, man. You can check yourself out. Why? Because they're getting you ready. They're setting it all up, man. At the bus stations, when you get on the bus, they're setting that up for the RFID chip. When you go to the bank, you know, all the above, because they're getting it ready. And the scriptures tell us we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Once again, Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil, man. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're going to know that there have been a prophet among you when shit hit the fan, man. Excuse my French, when it hit the fan, you're going to know that a prophet have been among you. But at the same time, you know, so when you take that chip, yeah, you might get something to eat and you might not, because you know you can never trust this devil. The scriptures tell us what? Never trust thine enemy. Look, the scriptures tell us never trust thine enemies, man. And I want to see if I can get that right quick. It's in Sirach. Scriptures tell us never trust this devil, man. He'll tell you one thing, then he'll do the opposite. Let me see if I can get it right quick. Bear with me. Because you see right here, man. Hey, look. You will get chipped eventually, man. Eventually. This is pretty much just a test run. Let's see. Bear with me. Yeah, here we go. Bear with me, Israel. Phone running kind of slow, but it's all good, though. We're still going to get it out. You will get chipped eventually. And look, that's it, the Lord. The Bible is saying that, you know? It ain't just Esau saying it. The Bible is saying it. Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy. Never, man. Never. They're making it seem convenient. Oh, yeah, you'll be able to walk again. Just take this RFID chip. We're going to give you something to eat. Just take this RFID chip. Nah. Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness, man. So he'll make it seem like he's going to help you out. If you take the RFID chip, never trust this devil. Trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You might not have no food. You might have no lights. You might not have no water. You might not have none of that. But what the scriptures tell us to do, to trust in the Lord. When times get rough, when times get hard, trust in the Lord. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, with all your mind. No matter if they offer you that RFID chip, say, look, we're going to give you a place to lay. We'll give you some warm heat. We're most definitely going to give you something to eat. Trust in the Lord. Don't lean into your own understanding, man. The Lord said, wait ye upon me. Look, my servant is going to eat. And my servant is going to drink. Once again, Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. Don't think you know what's best for you. When they offer you that RFID chip, don't think you know what's best. Trust in the Lord. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Acknowledge Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and he's going to direct thy paths. And once again, like I stated at the beginning of this video, the majority of our people are not going to believe. But the Lord said, and I'm saying, I tell you the truth, but you believe me not. Acts chapter 28, verse 24. And some believe the things which were spoken, and some believe not. So only the elect of the nation of Israel is going to believe this, what we're saying, according to the Bible, right? Because the Lord said, look, I'm going to set up able-bodied men, and they're going to speak the truth. They're going to fear me, and they're going to speak the truth to the children of Israel. And what we're doing is speaking the truth. And the Lord said, look, my words don't go out void. This is Romans chapter 3, verse 3. For what if some did not believe? So what if the majority of the people on the planet Earth did believe that the RFID chip is the mark of the beast? So what if they don't believe? Seeing is believing. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief, shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua without effect? Just because they don't believe in the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, is that going to stop the prophecies from coming to pass? Yahweh forbid. Yea, let Yahweh be true, but every man a liar. As it is written, thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. Look, it's going to come down the pipeline real soon. Everything that we've been saying going to come straight down the pipeline. I want to get this right quick. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. What's the book of the Lord? The Bible. No one of these shall fail. What I'm reading right here in Revelation, the 13th chapter, speaking about the mark of the beast, that mark, charagma, it's not going to fail, man. Why? Because it's thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible. Not my words. It's not my word. We're speaking prophecy. We're telling you things that's going to happen before it happens. Before it pop off, we're telling you about it. Once again, Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. So when it says, the scripture tell you you ain't going to be able to buy or sell without that mark, oh, it ain't going to fail. It's most definitely going to come to pass. Right? None shall want her made. The Bible stands alone. For my mouth it have commanded, and the spirit it have gathered them. So the spirit of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, the Rekakodash, is gathering the elect of the nation of Israel, bringing them back to the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures. That's what's going to keep them stable. Knowing that we ain't got to take the RFID chip and the God of the Bible is going to take care of us, man. That's comforting right there. See, 2/3, they don't believe in the words of the Bible. So instead of believing in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, they're going to believe in the government, which has let them down for hundreds and hundreds of years. And they're going to take the RFID chip. Just because the devil say he's going to give them something to eat, and then that devil ain't going to give them nothing to eat. They're going to starve out, and they're going to burn, man, in that lake of fire. Because it's a punishment for taking the RFID chip. And I'm going to read it right quick. Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, listen now, and receive his mark. This the mark right here, charagma. This RFID chip, an imprinted mark, a cutting in the flesh. Receiving this RFID chip, right? And receive his mark in his forehead, on his hand. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out. Because you got some people saying, oh, the God of the Bible ain't going to be mad at you if you get the RFID chip, the mark of the beast. You got to feed your kids. Well, the scriptures say otherwise. The scriptures say if you take this mark, look, you're going to be, what the scriptures say? If you take that mark, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, meaning his righteous anger. And he shall be tormented. You take this RFID chip, which that article said everyone will eventually get chipped. Some of the elect of the nation of Israel, look, they're going to be beheaded for not taking their RFID chip. And you're going to be better off than an Israelite that takes the RFID chip. An Israelite that gets his head chopped off for not taking the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, you're going to be better off than an Israelite that takes the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. Remember that. Remember that. Thus said the Lord, thus said the Bible. And you ain't got to believe it. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, meaning when them nukes, when them ICBM missiles hit. You're gonna partake in that lake of fire, man. That burneth with fire and brimstone, right? In the presence of the holy angels. And in the presence of the Lamb. Who's the Lamb? Lord Yahushua, who they even call Jesus, man. Gonna be looking dead at you burned for taking the RFID chip. But the article said what? You will get chipped eventually. So 2/3, y'all might as well get ready for that lake of fire then. Because y'all ain't going to be able to buy or sell. And y'all got a whole lot of babies out here. And a whole lot of baby mamas that can't go an hour without eating. So of course, you know what I'm saying? And look, and then, you know, Jake loves comfortability. That flesh loves to get pleased. They please the flesh. They please that flesh more than the spirit anyway. 2/3 of our people are very carnal. So of course, but the scriptures say, when thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation and constantly endure. I want to get that right quick. I want to end it off on that. Let's end it off on that, man. That's why we got to constantly pray to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai. They keep his Holy Spirit on us to endure, man. This is part of the hour of temptation right here. This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, prepare thy soul for temptation. Yeah, they're going to try to tempt you with taking this RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. They're going to try to tempt you to do something evil, to go against your power, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure. The scriptures tell us what? Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall give thee a crown of life, right? Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. And make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. We're going to catch some hell. We're going to go days. We don't really know how long, but it's going to be a period of time that we're going to have to go without food. And we're going to be tempted just like the Lord was tempted. Right? That's why we got to constantly pray. Build a personal relationship with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai right now. Because the Lord said what? He don't hear the prayers of sinners, man. He hear the prayers of the righteous, though. But I just want to do a quick lesson right quick through the Spirit. It just popped up on the news feed. You know, they showed the RFID chip. They showed a guy taking the RFID chip, man. And I was like, wow. It's right there. But people just overlooking it. They're too busy worried about that Christmas tree right about now. But they just threw that in there. They threw that right on the TV. And no, it went right over people's head. You know, they probably turned the channel and all, but I paid attention. The scriptures tell us, watch as well as pray, man. Right? Prepare thy soul for temptation. When you take the chip, shalom.